Hi guys, so I wanted to talk to you about Antarctica and remote viewing. So I have remote viewed on Antarctica more than once and I've seen my fair share of very strange things. And I can also confirm on what other people have seen when they've been remote viewing or on any testimonies they've given about alien beings frozen in the ice. So I can confirm that's true. And I've seen the exact same aliens that other people have drawn. Those aliens seem to have a light tan color. They're a bit unusual looking. They have sort of like an Aztec sort of jewelry, or it's not really Aztec, it's more alien. But and these frozen aliens have been there for quite a while. And the thing is, these aliens are actually alive, and they have a way of defrosting them and keeping them alive, which is or reanimating them. I'm not sure how they do it, but I know that they're able to actually do that. So I'll tell you some of the interesting things. Like, everyone's remote viewing methods are really different, and everyone's at different levels. So everyone will see or feel or hear different things when they remote view. So I've seen, so sometimes when you're remote viewing, you might be actually channeling as well. And so sometimes they blend in together. You might want to remote view and find aliens, and instead I end up talking to krill instead. You know, the krill that the whales eat. You know what I'm talking about. So I can actually communicate with sea animals, with whales, with krill, with I would say I can talk to mermaids, but I would say seals aren't very talkative. Maybe they just don't want to talk to humans. I think I'm a hybrid anyway. I'm not really a full human. And I can also talk to seagulls and albatross, and there's quite a lot of albatross and different birds over there. So I don't know if anyone's realized you can actually communicate with the animals there and ask them if there's anything strange going on. I know that sounds really weird, but you can actually go ahead and do that and talk to the animals, because they're more than willing to talk, especially the whales. They're very, very wise. They're full psychic, those whales. I'm telling you, those whales, they know if you're remote viewing. They know if you want to communicate and you're ready, or they want to give you a message. They'll just tune in and they'll talk to you. So the whales have come through, and a lot of the dolphins. I've even had dolphins come through, you know, and even though they might be in a different area, the dolphins have really switched on, same as the whales. They're fully psychic, and they're so sensitive to energies and frequencies, and they're just amazing. So they can also, dolphins are really talkative. I'll tell you, if you want, I know we're talking about Antarctica, but it's important if you want a remote view that the sea animals can give you a lot of information as well. So I'm just going to talk about the dolphins for a minute, because the dolphins are very talkative. Whales, octopus might not be in Antarctica, but octopus can remote view. Octopus are really, really intelligent and really, really talkative. I've even had octopus in aquariums, octopus they're studying. I've had octopuses that are being trained in like in a lab, and they've come forward, and like one of the octopus is like, I'm in Russia and I'm an octopus, and they're teaching me to do these things, go into a glass. I don't know if it was in Russia, but he said he was in Russia. It's like they're training me to go inside a glass and go out, and they're training me to get keys, to identify the keys, identify certain objects that they've touched. And that's what an octopus has told me. I swear, these sea animals, they're so smart. Not even sea animals, birds, like they're really talkative. So if you get time and you want to do channeling, try channeling with the sea life around Antarctica, and not even if you can do other parts of the world as well. Okay, so what have I seen in Antarctica? I've seen some really unusual, they're uncovering so many things in the ice. I've seen black pods. Those of you who've had my book Dark Skies, I mean, I'm not selling it anymore, but I drew a black pod. I don't know if I put that in, that stuffs up the compasses, and there's all sorts of things that the Chinese, that the Americans, that the Russians, and that they want in this ice, and it's all extraterrestrial technology they're uncovering in the ice. So that's, I've seen it in, you know, I've seen scientists with the full, you know, I've actually seen Chinese scientists uncover this black pod in the ice, and I've been like, my God, so it's stuffing up their electrical equipment. Whenever they have their phones or they have certain instruments, it's setting it off. I've seen that. So look, there's definitely all of that, everything they're saying that's going on in Antarctica, that's going on. You know, they're uncovering alien bodies. I wouldn't just say alien bodies, dinosaurs. I've seen a dinosaur stuck in the ice, ancient prehistoric dinosaurs that aren't very, extremely rare. Fossilized dinosaurs, they're finding them in the ice and taking samples from them. I've seen scientists get, one time I saw a scientist and he was lost in Antarctica in one of the tunnels, and I'm about to tell you something really amazing that I found out about, you know, about the inner earth or something, or the center of the earth. I'm gonna call it an inverted earth, because I looked at it and I actually don't know. I actually should put this in another video, but there is an entrance in Antarctica in the South Pole. I think it's, and this is a place nowhere people won't go. And so you can't see this entrance. I've looked at it and remote viewed. This entrance just looks like an ice wall. You'll walk straight past that entrance. You will not be able to see this, the center of the Earth's entrance, or the inner Earth, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's the strangest thing I've ever seen. There are pterodactyls inside. It's like a inversion of the Earth or something. It's really weird. I can't even, probably people would describe it as the center of the Earth is to make it logically or mentally easier, but I think it's much more than that. It seems to be some sort of dimensional inversion of the Earth, and then there's prehistoric animals there that somehow ended up there or have been there for a very long time. So it's really strange. So there is an entrance there, and there are people that can access this entrance, but they actually, because you know, between 3D and 4D, they can actually, it's actually a tunnel. So in front is an ice sheet, and you won't be able to know there's an entrance there, except you might feel a little weird, and you might look there and go, I feel like there's something there, but I don't know, I can't see anything. You might feel that, and instruments might start going off, or actually it's still a bit far, because the tunnel actually goes quite a bit. They have to walk a bit before they actually get to the center of the Earth. So I have seen it. There is pterodactyls, there is watches that the pterodactyls collected, there's papers, there's books, there's skeletal remains of humans. It's pretty, yeah, it's pretty full on. There's trees there. I don't know if I saw mushrooms, because I was just amazed at seeing it. I was trying to figure out mentally what I was seeing. I was like, I'm very sure this is what they call the center of the Earth, or the inner Earth, but I don't see people here. It looks like pterodactyls. It looks like prehistoric trees. And it looks like people, they do excursions there quite frequently. People who have the knowledge or can enter this place, have access, actually go into this place. So no, they do excursions there, but these are people who have some sort of special clearance, and they can actually move the 3D wall, and it'll go into, and then it'll open up, and then they close it again behind them. So, and then there's a tunnel, and that's how they go through. So I thought I'd let you know that. I can do another video and talk more about that. It's really weird, but it's really amazing that they have an entrance there. I've also seen an abominable snowman. I've seen a white, hairy, Bigfoot, like Bigfoot, but white and furry when I've remote viewed. And I've been like, what am I looking at? So I've seen a snowman before, a Bigfoot snowman, white and hairy. And it seemed friendly. It didn't seem, you know, aggressive or anything. It was walking through the snow. So I have seen a Bigfoot. There is a white furry version of Bigfoot in Antarctica. They also have aliens in Antarctica. These, I don't really know how to describe them. They're sort of really short and it looks like they're sunburned, but they're not. It's just their skin, or they might really be sunburned. They're these short alien beings. They look pink. And I can't exactly remember the full details, but I know that they're pinkish, they're small, and they're really friendly. So if you see those guys, and they wear clothes as well, so if you see those guys, tell them I said hi. What else have I seen in Antarctica? I see scientists, I see full snowmobiles, so they're full doing scientific work down there. They're uncovering things in the ice, top secret things that they're doing over there. It's all going on. And they're definitely trying, and another thing they're doing as well, which is they shouldn't be doing it, is what they're doing and how we have the poles, the north and south magnetic poles of the earth. What they're doing in Antarctica, now I'm not sure, it's some kind of machine or some kind of box that they have. Other people will know more about it. And they're reversing the magnetic poles of the earth, and it's going, normally it goes one way, and with this box they're making it go the other way, and that's going to cause a lot of volcanic eruptions, a lot of earthquakes, a lot of birds migrating to other areas, a lot of you're basically throwing up nature, and you shouldn't really be reversing the magnetic poles of the earth like that. So I'm not sure why they're doing that. That's really strange. What else have I seen in Antarctica? I usually see krill. Like, I'll be remote viewing, and then I'll just see this krill going, like, you know, swimming in the water, and I'm like, oh, you again, you know. So I usually see krill. I end up like wanting to see a frozen alien body. End up seeing krill. I'm not complaining though, you know. You know, they have got something to tell me. So there's definitely scientists there. I've seen them in the ice caves with their equipment. It's usually they've got black uniforms. There's different uniforms because there seems to be a whole lot of different people working for top secret military, and then there's sort of like science work, you know, and then there's people, there's like the Chinese, and then there's all sorts of different people from all over the world working over there for the government or for the military. So and so there's even ETs down there who've told me they were pissed off, and they kept some scientists in a frozen chamber, like actually froze them in a pod or something. And they were really upset because they were looking at their spaceship in the ice. And so that was one time I was remote viewing, and I noticed they were I was looking for the missing scientists. And then they're like, we're keeping them here. We're not giving them back. And I said, why? I was asking him why. And the alien said to me, they're shooting at us. They're looking at our ship, and we don't want them to look at our ship in the ice. And I said, okay, fair enough, if they're trying to shoot at you. And, you know, obviously that's why you've done this, but it's kind of messed up. So I tried to convince him to, so this was a while back, this might have been a year ago, you know, where I told him, you know, you should probably like let him go back to his family, you know, like not keep the scientists frozen in the ice. So they would cover up a lot of that, deaths as well. I'm very sure with the scientists in Antarctica, they can cover all that stuff up, and because they don't want anything with aliens or anything, even if you work for like the military or the government, you know, if they don't want you to know the real story of what happened to a family member. They're not going to disclose that. They'll just say they died this way. And it nothing to do with aliens, you know, or they won't say anything at all. No, I have seen ETs there. They've been upset. I've seen other ETs who are more not really in these ice caverns. There's a lot of frozen things in the ice. So yeah, I've seen a lot there in Antarctica. So I'll just tell you that for now it's all happening over there. But at the same time, I've talked to the sea animals as well, especially the whales. The whales are very sensitive, and they're telling me that there's some kind of in the krill and the whales are telling me there's something coming from Antarctica. It's a frequency that's very painful. It's the sound, it hurts me, it hurts my body. And that's what the krill are telling me. Like, there's a sound or a frequency coming from Antarctica and it hurts my body. I'm in pain, so I'm moving away from, like, so it seems like they're keeping their, like, I'm not sure what they're doing. They're sort of keeping their distance away from Antarctica. But the whales are very interested in what's happening as well, but they also seem to be keeping their distance from Antarctica. And I've been talking to the whales, and they know what's going on. They're not stupid. Like, they know exactly if they switch a machine on, the whales can feel it, even though they're in the water probably 100 kilometers away. These whales can feel if something's wrong in the environment. So all the sea animals are very sensitive. So there's definitely something going on there. Whether this box or a machine that's being turned on is, which is reversing the poles of the magnetic earth, is causing the krill and the whales and the animals to be in some sort of discomfort. That would explain it, but there's definitely a lot of experiments going on there. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it informative and found other things that you're very interested in as well, and also confirmation of those frozen alien bodies. There is, and they look exactly the same as those pictures. So I can definitely tell you they look the same. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!